Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'll call the town board meeting to order for September 7. First item on the agenda is to approve the agenda. Are there any changes or corrections? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda as submitted?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is approved. Is there a motion to approve payment of bills?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to pay bills. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. The August 15 Town Board meeting minutes are in the packet. Are there any corrections, changes,
I saw
deletions?
none. I'll move to approve.
Is there a second to
Second.
approve? Okay, a motion's been made and seconded to approve the August 15 Town Board minutes. Please, those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The meeting minutes are approved. Item 5 is the consent agenda. There's 4 items on the consent agenda. Steve, would you read those, please?
Yes. Consent agenda item 5A involves the League of Minnesota City liability coverage. Approve the waiver of the liability form. Item 5B is an administrative driveway variance in accordance with Town Ordinance Number 35, Section 9-6.3E.3, and based on staff review recommendations and approval, ratify town clerk's issuance of an administrative driveway variance to 5246 Beaver Street. Item 5C, based on town engineer review and recommendation, and including his recommended conditions, approve CenturyLink permit through Telcom Construction to install buried cable to service the twin home at 746 Gilfallen Lane, including boring and open trenching. And item 5D, based on town engineer review and recommendations, and including his recommended conditions, approve XL permit to install a gas and electrical service to the residents at 2363 Taylor Avenue, including street boring. Make a motion to approve the 4 consent agenda items.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Consent agenda is approved. For the next item on the agenda is item number 6, and that's old business. And that's regarding a hobby kennel license follow-up at 5715 Fisher Street. Who has that?
I got that one. During the last town board meeting, the board received a report that the hobby kennel license on Fisher Street had been approved, but under the conditions that a fence be built, and the fence was to be built by the 1st of August. It would started by then, but wasn't finished, and then it was almost finished at the August 15th meeting, and the board scheduled it for a final report today. And the memo on page 29 by Patty indicates they're in her conversation with Animal Control Officer Mario Lee that he's happy to report that the yard is completely fenced. Looks great. So there you go.
So the license applicant is in total compliance now?
Yes.
Satisfied everything? Is there any real action item required here, or they've complied with the requirements, so
No action necessary, just receive the report.
just receive the report? Okay. And we'll do that at the end of the meeting then.
Yep.
Okay, next item on the agenda. Well, let's see, 7A is a public hearing for 710. Let's see here. Can we do 7B, Tom?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. Let's move to item 7B, and that's regarding ordinance amendments relating to ordinance number 87.
Yeah, ordinance number 87 was recently adopted by the town that relates to stormwater management and regulations for new development and existing. And this is basically some cleanup items, just so ordinance are consistent throughout. The first amendment is to section 5-36 of ordinance number 8. And in that ordinance, the design manual for stormwater treatment was referred to as the Ramsey County Stormwater Design Manual. That's an outdated publication and should be changed to the Community Stormwater Management Design Manual. So that's what's referenced in ordinance number 87, should also be referenced in section 5-36 of ordinance number 8. The second amendment, ordinance number 15, the subdivision ordinance, and that just proposes adding another section to the ordinance, 6-2.4N. Again, just referencing ordinance number 87, it adds the statement that says that development proposals must meet all requirements of ordinance 87 relating to stormwater management. That's it. Just a couple of clarifications to the ordinance, again, referencing the newly adopted stormwater management ordinance.
Tom, on page 41 of the packet, there's in the section 1 amendment that refers to section 6-2.2N. You said it's supposed to be 4N?
I said 4. Is it 2 or 4?
It's different on the.
In the packet,
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
page 41.
I see that. I just I would say 6-2.4N is correct.
Okay, so that,
So I think that is a typo.
it's a
On
typo
page
in the
41.
packet. Okay. All right, any questions for the town planner? So all we're doing here is basically clerical changes to
Yeah, making all ordinances,
change the references.
making the ordinances consistent.
Okay.
Yes.
You want these just as one, Tom, or you want to bust them up?
Probably two separate actions because they're two separate ordinances.
Okay, well, I'll move, based on planning commission and staff review and recommendations, that we approve amendment to section 5-36 of ordinance number 8.
Is there a second?
Second?
Motion's made and seconded to approve the amendment to the section 5-36 of ordinance number 8. Those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes.
And I'll also move, based on planning commission and staff review and recommendations, that we approve the addition of section 6-2.4N of ordinance number 15.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the addition of section 6-2.4N to ordinance number 15. Those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes. We've got a couple of minutes yet. Let's see here. We have a couple of minutes before the 7:10 public hearing. Anything we can do in 2 minutes? Just wait for a couple of minutes.
Item D?
Yeah.
You wanted to do D?
Sure.
Okay.
Do some,
So that's item 7D. That's regarding a 2016 bow hunt request.
yeah, these are some applicants, Brady Anderson, Jessica Anderson, and Arnold Anderson, all requesting town board approval to hunt at a relative's property at 210 East County Road J. This is in compliance with the town's bow hunting policy on special properties. This is one up by the Poplar Lake county property, large open space area. Again, these three applicants have been approved in the past and are requesting town board approval again. The second, the next applicant in another area of the town, Michael Gatsky, who's also proposing to hunt a relative's property, I believe his parents' property, at 1386 Birchcrest Drive. And again, Mr. Gatsky was approved by the town last year. This is the property on the north and west side of Rice Lake. It abuts the Jebco property, a large undeveloped open space property which consists mostly of Rice Lake. Jebco was contacted and they've given permission also for that property owner to hunt not only on his property, but if necessary to also hunt on the Jebco property or retrieve it.
Did they document that permission?
I have it documented on email, but I did not copy that.
Okay. I noticed Mr. Gatsky's application included a copy of his Minnesota Bowhunter Education Certificate. That's
Yes.
page 54.
Yep.
Did we get certificates for the first three applicants?
Yeah, again, those are repeat applicants, so we have had that information.
So we have that on
Yes, yeah, it's
file.
on file.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's the only question I have. Anybody else?
I have none.
Just one, Tom, they do, after the season, they do correspond with you, whether they got anything, what they got.
Yep, there's a, part of the application form has a page that they need to
Right.
fill out if they get it.
Now, is that something we just submit to Ramsey County, so they keep a number on it or not?
No, that just comes to the town.
Okay.
Certainly would be available if the county wants
It
it.
is, and of course, the information's available with the DNR because they have to register the deer
Okay.
through them.
Okay, so, we have two action items here, or just one? You want two? All right. So the first action item is to approve the applications for Brady Anderson, Jessica Anderson, and Arnold Anderson.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2016 bow hunt request for Brady Anderson, Jessica Anderson, and Arnold Anderson at 210 East County Road J.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve those three bow hunting requests. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2016 bow hunt request for Michael Gatsky at 1386 Birchcrest Drive.
And that'll be for the period September 17th through December 23rd.
Yes.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Motion's made and seconded. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes. Okay, it's after 7:10, so let's go to item 7A on the agenda, and that's a public hearing regarding ordinance number 35, amendments. Let's see here. Let me get back there. Okay, first, I'll ask if there's a motion to waive the reading.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, Tom, it's yours.
Yeah, these are proposed amendments to the zoning ordinance, which have been reviewed by the planning commission and recommended for approval, similar to the ordinance 8, ordinance 15 amendments, which the board just took action on a few minutes ago. Relating to ordinance number 87, the new ordinance, the stormwater management ordinance. And again, this is just clerical, referencing ordinance 87 in the zoning ordinance. And it simply modifies sections 9-5.5C and adds 9.9-5.5C1. And the statement is add and requirements of town ordinance number 87 relating to stormwater. Again, it just references in the zoning ordinance, development proposals also need to comply with ordinance 87 in addition to ordinance number 35. Because it's an amendment to the zoning ordinance, it does require a public hearing, unlike the other ordinance amendments which were just adopted. So again, just a couple of quick clarifications, adding a section referencing the stormwater management ordinance in the zoning ordinance.
In addition, Tom, you mentioned that planning commission has reviewed these ordinances, and the town board has also reviewed them in executive meeting sessions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, any questions?
We pretty much done with this now, Tom?
I hope so. Let's move on.
Yes.
All right. I'll open for public comment, if there's anyone here that would like to comment. I see no one, unless our white bear press.
She's ready.
Sure passes.
All right, then let's close the public portion of the hearing.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So the action item then is to approve the amendments.
Well, as liaison to the planning commission, I'll move based on planning commission and staff review and recommendations that we approve the amendments to section 9-5.5C and section 9.5 9-5.5C1 of ordinance number 35. This is incorporating new stormwater management regulations.
And is there a second?
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes. Next item on the agenda, 7C. This is town planner again, and this is regarding a Ramsey County Parks and Recreation bow hunt request. We are not going to have anybody from Ramsey County here?
I guess not.
Okay, then it's all yours, Tom.
Okay, this is the annual request by Ramsey County to allow some limited bow hunting in sections of the county-owned property, of which the county has about 1,100 acres in the township. Annually, they request, well, basically a firearm permit or town board approval to allow hunters to discharge a firearm in the township, which is not permitted without special permission. And historically, the county has allowed hunts in, or organized hunts in several areas of the township, the Poplar Lake area over here, Tamarack Nature Center in this area, the Bald Eagle Otter Lake Regional Park here, and the Benson Farmstead, part of the regional park. And then the town works with the county to get hunters to hunt this property just south of Benson Airport, which is township owned. Every January, February, the town works with municipalities in the county, surrounding municipalities in the county, to do a deer survey, see how many deer are actually in the township. And the numbers were a lot lower this year than in the past. And as a result, Ramsey County is only requesting to allow hunting in the Poplar Lake area and also the area south of Benson Airport that's owned by the township. No plans to hunt near Otter Lake, near Bald Eagle Lake, or at the Tamarack Nature Center this year. Just those two areas, Poplar Lake, and I believe it says Polar Lake in your packet, but it's Poplar Lake, and then the Benson Airport area. The hunting includes 3 special day, 3-day weekend hunts in October, 2 different weekends. The hunters are part of the Bow Hunters Resource Base, and those are people who have expertise in hunting. They have to meet certain qualifications to be part of that base, and they're if they're interested in hunting in metro areas, they apply and they're put into a lottery and drawn wherever they would go throughout the metro area. You can't pick the site you're going to hunt. You get drawn, and that's where you go. And you get 6 days to do that. It's bow hunting only, obviously. And that's what we're looking at for this year. Not as many areas, but they are, the county is requesting approval to allow the hunts in Poplar Lake. And also, again, doing the town a favor by organizing hunters at the Benson, south of Benson Airport there.
Okay. Just a couple of quick questions, Tom.
Yep.
Again, just to clarify, this is for bow hunting only, no firearms.
No rifles permitted, shotguns permitted in Ramsey County at all.
Well, because our ordinance says weapons, not firearms, so and a bow is considered a weapon.
Correct.
Now, we've already granted permits for hunting the Benson Airport area that includes these periods. Now, will there be any coordination between the Ramsey County bow hunters and the local bow hunters?
It's not so much coordination, it's the bow hunters that, through the county program, are 2 3-day hunts in October. We give them a window before the hunt where we ask the other hunters that have been approved by the township to just stay out of that area. The township resident hunters are permitted to hunt from September 17th
whole
till the
season.
end of the year with a couple of week-long
So,
exceptions.
but you'll make that contact with those hunters then?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're aware of that. That's part of the permit that we issue that prohibits them from hunting those time periods.
Okay. And then at Poplar Lake, again, we just granted permits for, 3 permits to hunt at 210 East County Road J. So that specific area that they're permitted for, will that be not included in the Poplar Lake hunt area for the county hunters?
Right, that's on a piece of private property that's family-owned, so we're not prohibiting them, those 7-day, 14-day period, where the bow hunter resource base is in there. We make them aware that those are the dates they're hunting, but we haven't put a prohibition on that, again, because they're on their own private property.
It's private property, so the county hunter should not be in there.
Correct.
Okay, and you'll just remind them of that. Hopefully they don't need it, but, okay, all right. That's all I had. Any other questions?
Nope.
All right. What's the desire of the board here? So do you want two separate actions here on this one too, Tom?
I think you can take one action on this,
Maybe
approving the
I
two
should
sets.
ask for a clarification before we do that. At the last meeting, when we talked about this, did we not have a conversation that we were not going to allow them to do that this year based on the low numbers?
We questioned that, and I also questioned the county as to, if we were to decide not to allow hunting in the Benson Airport South area, what kind of an impact that would have on them, if it would cause any heartburn, basically. Michael Goodnature, who coordinates the program, got back to me and said, yeah, at this point it kind of would, because we already have hunters scheduled for that site. And it's just gonna be 4 hunters in that area. So, yeah, we could say no to that area. I mean, it's our property.
But now you're saying the county is only allowing 4?
They have 4 people planned for that property. Yep.
Okay, so, and they're committed to that? They won't come back and ask for another 3 or 4? Or?
No,
Okay,
no, I don't anticipate that.
okay. All right, what's the pleasure of the board?
I'll move to approve Ramsey County's request to hold a 3-day special deer hunt at Benson Airport and Poplar Lake County Park within the township as follows. Benson Airport is October 7th through 9th and October 28th through 30th, and Poplar Lake is October 7th through 9th and October 28th through 30th.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to approve Ramsey County's bow hunt request. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that motion passes.
I'd like to add that we certainly can let Mike know next year, ahead of time, before he deals with lining up the archers for next year's hunt.
Yeah.
If the board would like to have us,
A little more advance notice.
and yes,
Okay,
we'll do
yeah,
that.
Thanks, Bill.
What, Bill, when do they do their counts? I know it's in the winter, but.
January, usually it's in January, but it's snow cover dependent.
Right. So but the next season is quite a ways away, so that count can
Yep.
vary quite a bit.
Okay, next item on the agenda is 7E. This is a town engineer item regarding lift station number 7, a final payment.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, we're finally able to bring you the closure to Lift Station 7 rehabilitation project. And you're thinking to yourself, that's that lift station up just south of County Road J, east of 35E, and you're right.
I was just thinking of
That is
that.
where it is located. And the project itself has been completed for over a year. It was really the punch list items that we've been dealing with the contractor to put closure to it. Just in the last couple months here, we've taken care of some wiring within the control panel. The antenna pole had a lean to it. We had some components that were salvaged that needed to be delivered to the township. So this lift station has been running for over a year. We haven't had any issues. Everything is definitely like a longer warranty period than typically, but it was due to just trying to get the last components wrapped up on this project. So Lametti has performed all that work. Public Works, myself have gone through all of those checks and confirmations of every component being completed. The project did previously have a change order that reduced it by $3,750 as we come to the very end. we have another $162. So the project did come in below the original budget, which the actual contract was below that. So everything is turning out well. All of the paperworks, documents regarding subcontractors, everything has been received. So we are ready to put this one into the completed category. There are two pieces of that. So the change order number 2 balances everything out. That's where we show that we come another $162 below their contract price. And then that would leave us with the final payment for $9,173.90, bringing the grand total of the project to $173,788. So we'd recommend approving both of those payment, or change order and final payment to Lametti.
Okay, so with this item, we're done with this project. We won't see anything about lift station number 7 for a while.
For a long, long time.
Okay. All right, any questions from the board?
No.
So the action requested is to approve the final payment.
I'll move based on town engineer review and recommendations that we approve the final payment to Lametti and Sons in the amount of $9,173.90. That brings the total of the project to $173,788.
Which,
Complete.
as the town engineer said, is well below budget. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion's been made to approve that final payment to Lametti and Sons. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes. Item 7F on the agenda has 2 items in it. This is for the town finance officer, and the first item is to reduce the tax levy. Tom, it's all yours.
Thank you. The township has one bond issue, the 2011 C, which is a tax increment refunding bond, in which when the bond was issued, the town had a property tax portion to fund the payment of that debt. However, if the town has funds available on hand to pay the debt, we can reduce that levy according to state statutes. So in your packet on page 68 and 69 is a resolution which is reducing that debt because in 2017, the town could levy up to $21,218.75. However, the town does have funds on hand that we can use to pay that, so we will not need that levy. And so the resolution is reducing that levy down to 0.
So we could retain that levy, but here's an opportunity to reduce the tax burden
Correct.
on the property owner. Okay? Any questions?
No.
So the action item requested is to reduce the tax levy as Tom described.
I'll move based on finance officer review and recommendations that we adopt a resolution reducing the tax levy. This is pursuant to Minnesota statute, section 475.61.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to reduce the tax levy. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. The next item is another resolution to adopt a preliminary amount to be raised by property taxes for the year 2017. Tom, that's all yours.
Yeah, as you recall, at the town's annual meeting held on March 8th of 2016, the voters voted to raise the 2007 tax levy to an amount not to exceed $3,445,000. The town, as we worked or started work on our budget, we have reduced that down to $3,270,000. And so the resolution, starting on page 73 and 74, is requesting that the town approve a preliminary levy for 2017 of $3,270,000. This will be the amount, if approved, that the county will use in the tax notices that'll go out in about mid-November, showing people what their property taxes would look like if this were to become the final levy. As we work through our budget process through into December, hopefully we'll find ways to lower this amount even further for the budget meeting. And again, once we adopt this resolution, the final levy can be lower than the $3,270,000, but it cannot be higher than that amount. The levy is made up of two parts: the actual property tax levy and then fiscal disparities. The property tax levy itself would be $2,993,691, and in 2017, we're slated to receive $276,309 in fiscal disparities. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Any questions for the town finance officer?
Well, we've been reviewing this at our exec meeting, so I think we're all pretty comfortable with the numbers.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. Steve?
No, I agree with.
All right, so the action item requested then is to approve a resolution to adopt the preliminary property tax amount for 2017.
I'll move based on finance officer review and recommendations that we adopt resolution adopting the preliminary amount to be raised by property taxes for the year 2017.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the resolution for the preliminary property tax amount. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes. That's the last item on the agenda. There are no additional added agenda items. Item 9 then is open time. And if there's no one here for open time, I'll take advantage. I would just like to
The
remind.
meeting was gonna be short.
So much for that. This will only take 30 or 40 minutes. I'll keep it brief. But I'd like to take the opportunity here just to invite all the township residents who are watching and anyone else that's watching that Saturday, this coming Saturday, September 10th, is the annual White Bear Township Day celebration. It'll be at Polar Lake Park, starting at 2 o'clock. It runs from 2 to 8. And after that, there will be a spectacular fireworks show, just as good as they've always been in the past, maybe even better. So with that, I wanted to just, again, remind folks and extend that invitation. Hope we see all of you out there on Saturday, September 10th at Polar Lakes Park. With that, there's no other open time items, so is there a motion to receive agenda materials and supplements?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We are adjourned.
I'll second it, Joan.